You're gonna give him the hot 45. They don't even know, son. Prepare for all the
Nothing.
recklessness.
I know it sound like a porno.
You're the man. Well, once again, it is me here with my co-host, Chaz, the one that you all love or probably hate by this point in time because I'm a seemingly come off as a Konami lover, but that is neither here nor there. Co-host, how are you feeling on this lovely night that I am not prepared?
No. I'd say something far more worse than Konami lover. But you know what? You know what? Hello, everybody. You will once again. Good vibes, good times. Let's get straight into it. What's on the topic for today, Chaz boy?
Yeah, whatever you want to call me. I guess you can leave with the main topic that was previously discussed, which is the Celtic Guardian deck that got, if I'm checking my information
The
correctly.
second place in a OTS
Hold on,
tournament.
hold on, mission.
In the
Yeah,
OCG, no
yeah.
less.
Second place, it lost to Thunder Dragon deck. Uh, I don't know if everybody, I don't know if anybody really cares about the list for the Thunder Dragon deck, but I guess I can give you a rundown based off what I can see because it's a Japanese website, so they don't give they don't give like card descriptions or nothing like that. They just give you a photo of the deck. So it's triple the regular Thunder Dragon, triple egg. Fuck. I need to bring this shit closer to my face. Triple of the Blue Thunder Dragon. I do not know any of these motherfuckers by name, so I'm going to say the Blue Thunder Dragon. One of the twin triple dark, I think. It's called Dark Thunder Dragon or what the fucking the 5 star thing. Five or five level 5, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hawk, one hawk, double wolf, double battery man, the one with dump the thunder in the graveyard. One oh god, I'm going blind. One maxi, triple ash, Cyframe, I think it's Gamma, and the one Cyframe driver, double Collapse Serpent, double Wyver Buster, double Fusion, or Thunder Fusion, or Thunder Dragon Fusion. Whatever the fuck
Must be
that card is.
nice to have those two dragons at two.
Gold Sark, double Allure, I think it's Crossout Guard, a new one. Um,
Yes. Crossout designate.
some fucking bullshit. Called by the Grave, a single. I'm assuming at this point in time, Called by the Grave is limited to one in the OCG because if you're going to run one, you might as well run three. But hey, I am not the genius here. This man is the duelist will win the tournament. So duelist to me. Some fucking card that I can't even name because I've never seen this card before. And double Infernity. What's it called? The one Infinite Impermanence. The website is yu-gi-oh! Starlight.com. And it's like some fuck. It's a long bullshit. If you check Mega Capital G web video, you will see the link in as soon as he pulls up the Celtic Guardian deck. So as soon as he pulls up the Celtic Guardian deck, you'll see the exact. This is like an archive, and then there's an archive number. So the fastest way to get to it is just type in a link after viewing it on the video, and then do a little thing. Whatever. That's how I got to it. That's the fastest way to it. Because if you search the website, you have to know what archive it falls under to find said decks. But moving on, or I guess I could
But
list.
hold on. Is Titan still legal in the OCG?
Titan is at one. I'm assuming based off of the extra deck because he runs one Titan to one. Wait, wait, no, no. He runs one Colossal. Colossal is limited to one. I'm assuming. One Colossal, Triple Titan, Appaloosa. I have no idea what that card is. Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix. Um, the new Predaplant Link Monster, whatever the fuck it's called.
Birthday Anaconda.
Yeah, Verti Anaconda, Ib, the Heraldic Link Monster, Rockets Link Monster, Cloth Heap or Cloth Sheep or whatever the fuck. Link Karibo and some synchro monster that I cannot make out at this moment. Side deck contains double. What's the trap card? We activated the opponent gains 3,000 life points. You know it.
Uh,
You used to running a burn
gift
deck.
card. Gift card. Gift card.
Yeah, double gift card. One Harpies Feather Duster. Double Nibiru. Triple. Um, fuck. Dimensional Barrier. The one that stops all Xyz, Synchron, Pendulum, effect, or whatever the fuck.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
One Vanity's Emptiness, double Artifact Lancia, double Cyclone, and double Pankratops. That will complete the entire deck from the rooter to the
My
tutor.
percentage. Why does he run gift card? I mean,
I mean,
giving your
this
opponent 3 green. Why?
probably if you have burn deck or something. I'm assuming. I mean, let me see if I can go through the list to see what else made at least top
Excuse me.
four. I mean, I'm
And
pretty.
let's
Is the OCG
let's say
safe?
the player that gains attack.
I mean, is the
Equal to
OC
the difference of the life points. There's no reason to run that card.
is the OCG? Oh, so when the post only show you the top three deck, yeah, where I'm seeing top five, yeah, the top five decks. So Shadow finish at number five. Alta guys
Wow.
at four, and then obviously second place to the
Celtic Guardian Control.
Celtic Guardian bullshit that people. Alright, so there are a decent amount of cards in this deck that I'm going to have to make wild assumptions because I do not know. I cannot see the card and the names are all in Japanese.
Yeah.
And
But
unfortunately,
so far he only runs like 10 monsters.
unfortunately,
Most of which are Celtic Guardian monsters.
and even though unfortunately I tricked one Japanese girl to believe that I could read Japanese by going through the Naruto manga, it won't work here. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I already
Oh, we mean,
yeah, because it's Naruto. I already read through the whole thing. So the story. Alright, this is a short, not too long story. I was at a barber shop, right, with my friend's girlfriend and my friend, and we were going to get a haircut. And lucky enough, it's a Japanese barber shop where they have like manga, like at the in the waiting area. So where you wait, they have like a whole rack filled with different manga. And I saw the Naruto one. I was like, oh, Naruto. So I grabbed the Naruto and I opened it and saw all the thing is the whole manga is in Japanese. So I was like, so at first I was like, I mean, on one side this is Japanese, but on the other side it was a Pain arc. I think it was Naruto versus Pain, and I was looking through it and I was like, I mean, I practically already know what happens, and I know for the most part what Naruto is going to say. Nothing like maybe not direct translation based off of the kanji or whatever the fuck they call the symbol, but a general idea of what they're saying in certain panels. So I was going through it, and then I showed my friend, and I was like, "Yo, you see me?" And I was explaining what's going on because he was the biggest fan of anime, and I was just kind of explaining what's going on. It's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And then his girlfriend was looking at me because his girlfriend is Japanese, and she was saying, "It's like, oh, you read Japanese?" And I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm not even going to lie to you. No. The answer is no. I do not. I just already know what happens. It's fucking Naruto. Okay? It's fucking Naruto. Everybody knows what happens. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's a short story into my
well,
faking.
moving on. Let's go through this deck. I mean, incredible story, by the way.
I mean, I can speak it to a certain extent. I know words, and that kind of helped me for the most part. And this is the most shocking thing to a Japanese girl when they start speaking certain words or using or just be able to speak in a full sentence, and is the most shocking thing to them. It's crazy. Like, oh, you know Japanese? I'm like, chill. It's not that crazy. Watch anime, people. That's all I gotta say. Watch anime. Watch anime sub. It teaches you everything. Well, it's not everything, but literally all you have to do is watch Japanese sub. Well, not just watch Japanese sub. Watch anime sub. Fuck. And then, well, I mean, if you're lucky enough to meet a girl that speaks Japanese, she'll all you have to do is just say the shit that you hear in the fucking sub, and then she'll explain what the fuck it means. And before you know it, you learn Japanese. You can speak that shit. Borderline fluent. That's the end of my rant.
Okay. So, about that necklace.
mm. Yes, so this brother was running triple regular Celtic Guardian, and this card that I cannot make out. I don't know if you see in the video is a level 4 monster, obviously. Um, I'm assuming it's a
Yeah.
warrior effect, and then I think it
Yeah,
ran.
it's a Celtic Guardian.
No, no,
I
no, it's not like
don't remember
I'm not
the
sure if
name.
it's a Celtic Guardian, but whatever. It ran.
It is a Celtic Guardian.
All right, I made it check.
Every monster there you see is Celtic Guardian, except for the what you call those things again? The Barrier statue.
Oh, okay, okay. That's all. Okay, so every card in the deck is a Celtic Guardian card, besides the
Yep.
spell
As in he
traps.
runs every single Celtic Guardian monster.
So
Yes, people, even the obnoxious Celtic Guardian.
yes, for some
But
fucking reason. And then him run triple barrier statue of Earth or whatever. Triple card of demise. Triple pot of
must be nice.
triple pot of duality.
Quality.
Some
Yeah,
fucking
quality.
bullshit. Double no. Pot of desires. Triple pot of desires. Double pot of duality. Some feather bullshit card. I don't know what that card is. Reinforcements of the army. Some I think is the what's the equip card called again? The Moon Mirror Shield, I think. But to
No, that's
us,
not moving. It's
it,
some. I think it's one of the bamboo swords.
it
One of
looked
the
like
new
no
ones.
man, it looks like a Noble Knights card. It's either a Noble Knights card or a fucking the Moon Mirror Shield card or some bullshit. But long story short is somebody will correct us, hopefully, somewhere out there in the internet worlds. Double scapegoat, triple compose, triple storming mirror ford, triple. What's the trap card called again? That works like snatch steal, but instead of gain you
No,
lose
it's double crackdown.
crackdown or whatever. Triple judgment and triple solemn warning. And
And
one
he has the
uh trap when they get spells and you have to like pay life points or some fucking bullshit.
you pay 700. 700. You're
Some
in
some fucking
Illustrious
shit.
Enfields.
The
I don't
one
remember its
the
name.
one fucked up card from back in the day that just got limited to one trap. You know what it is. You know what it is. Think him run Bagushka in the extra deck, Tornado Dragon,
Yeah.
Lightning Neos.
Utopia.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Not Neos, Jesus Christ. Lightning Utopia, regular Utopia. Some fucking card. I don't know what that is. Link Spider, Linkaribo, Security Dragon, the Milos
Mm-hmm.
Radiant Link Monster, the Earth Link, fucking what's it called? Charma, the Earthling Charma, Phoenix,
Yeah,
Unicorn.
Malice Radiant.
No. But the Earth, they run the Earthling Charma too. The Link monster for the Earth, for the Earth Charma girl.
I can't remember her name.
Nobody fucking
I mean,
cares.
The yeah, for the Charmers, I only like one, and that was Winnie, and everybody else simply sucked.
Yeah, I guess. And then Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Warlord, something. The one where can attack twice.
Burrow Sword Dragon.
Barrel some fucking shit.
He's Burrow Sword Dragon,
And then
and he has a Ecomax
yeah,
for the
some
class.
fuck is it Max some the
Yes,
dude
it's Ecomax.
some fucking bullshit. Long story short is the man deck is powerful people. I guess the side deck is one Banisher Radiance or some foolishness. The card where every time when it once it up on the field, the walking
Dragon Spiritualist. Um, what's this thing called
Macrocosmos, the
again?
walking Macrocosmos.
Yes, that will be Banisher the Radiance. The two copies of the Dragon Spiritualist is right here inside.
Anyways, and him run two Jogan,
It's
two barter guy person thing.
Spectre Ward.
Yeah, that guy. Fucking one with a spike nickname.
Super Agent.
Super
Viral
agent.
Super Agent.
Yeah, that guy. Whatever his name is.
Don't know why, but there's a Spiral Super Agent in the side deck. So
I think I
yeah.
think I think him effect allowing for boss a card or some shit like so. Like I think boss a
Yeah,
spell.
if you can guess the top card on your opponent
And you
deck.
can special summon him from your hand. So that use that forte wheel. Double Pancratops, double
Necrovalley.
that card. One Farby's
Yeah,
Feather Duster, one Dart Bribe, and triple evenly
evenly
match.
match.
Yeah, that's a card. That's a card in the deck.
So yeah, seeing this deck at its core, this is just well, it's a troll deck.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know if this dude was geared. I don't know if he was bribed. I don't know if he was drunk off his ass like you, Bobby.
I mean,
But he took it to this level of tournament and took second place.
but alright. So you heard the facts that you people might not know about this tournament. The attendance, according to the website, was 30 people. So not that much. I mean, yeah, it's like, I think they have. They according to the website, it said they had 4 rounds of Swiss. So keep that in
I
mind
mean,
when you make your judgments. So it's 30 people.
yeah,
And let's say
yeah, not
fourth
no
round.
attendance, but still, it's the decks that he's playing against that concerns me.
I mean, Alta guys, and Shadows. I mean, I guess it's a three.
That will look what one.
The better deck, obviously.
All decks Thunder Dragon. I was expecting Dragon Links to do something.
I mean, it's kind of. I think they're more restricted over there. I'm not 100% sure. And then obviously Thunder
Even
Dragons.
so, control decks, I mean, they don't do that well against certain decks, but I mean, this guy has what? Triple one in triple judgment, a solemn strike, and two crackdowns. So, well, good luck to any combo decks.
And yeah, I guess you also have to
And
understand.
yeah, I guess also
Say the OCG have a lot lower restrictions on Thunder Dragons, which you can see is like the man them even though they have one Colossus, clearly that's playing a big role in like stopping all of the decks with the searching effects and
not just Thunder Dragons. I mean, this man has triple carded demise. Oh my god. If more control players in the TCG had access to all three, come on. You'd be
yeah,
seeing more good control and stun players.
yeah, because this is because we are more worried about fairness. It's like, oh, it has to be fair. Like, I guess maybe. And then that's where a lot of decks, even though I guess it gets to some extent they get them before us. A lot of decks last longer in the OCG than they do in the TCG.
That is sad.
But it's just general conception of like what we consider as fair or ism is different to what the OCG is like. I mean this can run rampant because imagine because remember in I think I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if there's ever been an OCG emergency ban list, but
Never.
there are TCG emergency ban lists, and what the emergency ban list does is normally kill a deck before a killer deck that was probably super popular and super rampant in the OCG, and then the TCG is like, no, we're not going to let that slide. That's where emergency ban lists come from. I think there I've heard of two, but I remember one specifically because it was around the era when I was still to a certain extent invested, which was the one where they did the Pepe's or Pepe or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it.
When they literally destroyed it
Yeah.
before the
And
YC thing.
another one, I guess you can't really count this as an emergency ban list, but it's just a case where which you could say was somewhat manipulated by Konami or whatever. But where they set with the what's that fucking card? The Galaxy Dragon. We can dump dragons. The dump like four or whatever.
A Dark Matter Dragon
Yeah, Dark Matter when that got released, but
is three. You dump three, and your opponents must banish three.
yeah,
I didn't
so
care.
that was a card that not got limited in the following ban list, which I guess, man, like I said, I don't know. I guess you can put on the conspiracy hat and say, oh, Konami orchestrated to where that the deck was going to get fucked by the time it even dropped. Because I think that it was only playable for one weekend where it clearly showed its dominance and power because all the Dragon Rulers were unlimited and the fucker was just everywhere. You could even check, even at the same time, you could check Dueling Network basically depicted what would. That's why I personally trust Dueling Network to a certain extent. It's like the top whatever is being played the most are by the top players, by the higher ranking players. Is generally what is also in the meta. I think it's only one time the Dueling Network meta failed the actual real life card game was when I think it was a while back when Madolches did have was I wouldn't say have a strong, but he had a high level of representation the on Dueling Network. But for some reason, no, I think the YCS that followed in that same year. I don't want to say is around the same time that what's that fucking deck called? The art accelerate no X giant shit the machine deck. What did it that they crossbred with card categories. Juna, come
So
on,
what?
help me out here. I am fishing.
No, explain
The,
which
the,
machine there?
remember the machine deck that was once very prominent. Well, was still pretty prominent at the time with categories. It's like half categories and
Um,
the other is the flip
Gear Gear.
card gear gears. Jesus, thank you. Saved me right there. Yeah, when Gear Gears, it was around the same time that Gear Gears was popular. When it really, all in honesty, it was kind of a free for all type of
I mean, when it was
format.
dominating.
No, it was at the high. It was always at the high table. But the thing was, it was never because it was a very toolbox centric era where majority of decks that were winning were the decks that could go to the good Xyz monsters slash maybe sometimes a synchro monster depending on what version of Gear Gears you're running. But it was a very slow format, like between, and that's where for at least on Dueling Network, where Modulches thrived. But then I think the YCS following around that same time, where Modulches was the biggest deck. When I think even it was like the format itself was crazy. 'Cause I think what's the fucking card? It's like you special summon it and then your opponent gain or the card gain 1,000 or some fuck. It was a TCG exclusive card, and it was very popular in fucking Burning Abyss. I think it was a level 3 monster or level 4. Pretty sure it
What
was a level 3.
Torghast?
1,700. No, not Torga. It's a 1,700 monster. Some fucking is long story short is they get special summon it from the hand and like I think you give your opponent 1,000 life points or some bullshit like that. I think especially someone doing the back phase. Again, somebody will hopefully correct me at this point in the video. Well, the podcast, but it was around that era where like I said, Modochi was popular on Dueling Network. Rest in peace. And it didn't receive any representation in the YCS that followed. I think closely after they were showing a decent level of dominance at least on the Undueling Network. It was weird. I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like I went off on a long fucking tangent. What the fuck was I saying earlier?
You were talking about Medulches.
Yeah, but there's a reason I was talking about it, which is something about the dueling network reflecting whatever the fuck. Long story short is based on what I can see from the deck is that it is very let's say quote unquote equipped to handle the meta or their version of the meta at least or their meta specific because you see a lot of not so conventional choices in terms of like spell and trap. Because I think the majority of the deck is like spell and traps. It's like a whole bunch of cards to draw into the I guess the key cards, which is probably the barrier statue. We just bring the game to a screeching halt, and then you have other cards to like erase the opponent entire field. Because I think if I remember correctly, ran like what evenly matched in this side. So game two. So game like the whole deck itself is set up to bring the game to Celtic Guardians level, quote unquote, of a duel, which is it's like what 1,400 monster, 1,400 level 4 monster.
1400 vanilla.
Yeah, 1,400 vanilla card. So the whole idea of the deck is to bring it down to his level of a game and then hopefully win the game within a certain amount of time. Probably
I mean,
pretty sure the way the
it
time thing
will.
work. Yeah, because if you lock and then the whole time thing, I'm assuming it still applies to the OCG as well, where they have a certain amount. I think it's 40 minutes allotted to every round or whatever the fuck. So you have a certain amount of time for when dueling, assuming that they have the same ruling as us in terms of time. So you can the game the general idea of the deck is to slow the game down to bring the game to a screeching halt versus all these super fast fucking big brain triple double quadruple IQ level plays in game one.
Yeah, that takes no skill to use.
Eh, arguments can be made to say otherwise, but right now we're going to say big brain plays. If you can bring the game to a screeching halt, then you're basically forcing them to play your your version of Yu-Gi-Oh or your ideal winning situation of Yu-Gi-Oh. And
Speaking of that, as a matter of fact, no, I would love to see the TCG players adopting this kind of deck. I mean, sure, it is a control deck, but so I don't care. I'd love to see more people using decks like this. I mean, it got him second place. Yes, the representation was high, but I mean, the decks in question that he went up against and won against until the very end. These aren't decks that control decks can normally survive against.
yeah, but I mean, you always come back to the fact that the man
Come back to the fact that
is properly prepared for the meta. I mean, the deck in itself is already opposing whatever popular deck going against, going to give it the most trouble. And then the side deck is just addition on top of that. It's just like it's more ammunition. So the deck specifically is designed to win. If you read, if you think if you go through the meta, well, I'm not entirely sure how the meta in OCG is currently, but if you look on the deck and just come on the website itself and see what it did have a compete against, you kind of understand the mentality behind it. It's just like like no matter how it is, you can say it's a troll deck, but regardless of either ways you look at it, you can look for the deck as it's like this thing was really designed to beat the meta. It's like it's really true anti-meta, where on top of the fact that it's anti-meta, it is progressing through the ladder of the tournament to get far enough to get to a point where it can, because that's where the meta really shines. Is the top tables slash where high level duelists are the higher win rate duelists are probably going to be. So if once it make it to the top table, all it's going to do is win. And especially in the OCG where if you check past tournaments and shit, you always see a case. You see it's like the section for the non meta decks or road decks or whatever you call them. They would always the section for them would always be larger than what is considered meta in the OCG, or what has the highest win rate.
I think duelists over the OCG hates meta decks. It's just that I don't know, because from what I can tell, some of them just love to prove that these decks are not.
I mean, I wouldn't generally say that. Maybe you're right. Is that possible?
Like I said, I mean, Guru players, where are you? Come on, boy. I mean, don't be afraid of our respect of the stuff. But then again, they have three other cards I need to worry about. And those throw the lightning storm. Wow. TCG, the meta is just not in your favor.
Sorry, go. No, always have it. Like I said, the TCG is way more concerned.
I'd like to bring your attention to the TCG exclusive archetype that's about to come out in the next set. I can't remember the name of that set.
Or the Phantom Rage or something like that.
Yes, thank you. That would be mutants. I mean, you have another world premiere archetype that's about to be released as well. I can't remember the name that.
New
It will be same
avatars.
set, I believe. And I would like to know just like what kind of speed is Konami on? Just shooting it out, archetype of the archetype of the archetype. I mean, it's the first wave for mutants, but a bit too specific and restrictive when it comes down to summoning your monsters, using certain effects, and getting to their fusion cards.
I understand
I
that the one
mean,
of my fathers keep it fresh.
again, out of the two, only one of them is good, and in order to get that beast on the field, you need to use three level 8 or higher monsters to fuse for it. Good luck.
Good fucking luck,
I think it
yes.
says they have to be on the field as well.
So I go.
Anyways, that out of all of them has the best effect when it comes down to interacting with your opponent because it negates the others do not. But upsides, they are immune to the opposite card type or which you use to summon them. One requires spell, one requires trap, the other one requires monster. Trap being immune to monster, spell being immune to trap being immune to spell.
Interesting. I mean, I haven't looked at the deck at
I mean,
all
I haven't looked at the deck at all.
because it looks stupid. I really don't care. But
It's a good concept. I love the concept. I mean, having experimental creatures that can mutate right into bigger, more formidable creatures. I love that. But the fact that again it's just too restrictive, too situational, it concerns me. And the second wave better be good. Because unless the second wave convinces somebody like me, pick it up and then be like, yes, I'm going to go places with this deck. I'm not gonna waste time with it.
that's the whole purpose of this.
Even I think have you seen the ancient warriors archetype?
Mm, Asian
I think
dudes.
that's a TCG exclusive right
The one by the Asian dudes who do the Asian thing.
there. All right. It's all right. Call them the fire fist that should have been,
What do you mean?
because the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist should have been that archetype.
No man, brother, the first visit them time.
No, as in they should have upgraded into ancient warriors, but
Eh,
it's like, what did we get? Some new fire formation spells and traps on a ritual monster. And what do those do?
mm,
God damn it. The Link monster is good though. Yes, we can respect that. But everything else did nothing for the deck.
yeah, this meta, yeah.
I'm quite sure somebody in the OCG will think of something and make it good. And then the CCG players is just going to copy it, call it their own, as usual.
Ah,
Okay. No, I don't know much about the ancient warriors. I haven't done any research on them because I was just so busy with the mutants. Wow, not how amazing the artwork is, and how disappointing some of the abilities are. And catching up on the OCG tournaments.
oh,
From what I can see, I mean, it's okay, but again, I'd have to go back on them and then see what's what to give a better representation of how the deck is or might be once it comes out. It's too bad. It's too bad we're not a pack opening channel as well. I mean, really, putting these cards, I mean, building the decks and then seeing what they can do. I mean, I don't mind.
Okay.
Whatever, man. All I know is that, again, rather than, support for the little dudes, we get these. So that's more money spent. And once the ban list comes by, more decks that are going to get neglected and shelved.
I have to believe. We didn't even know.
You goddamn right, I believe that. I mean, freaking Charmers. That structure deck has been out for what, a month now?
No, I think a couple
And
weeks.
Yes?
You know what I'm saying? I think it's only been out for a couple of weeks.
I wouldn't say that, but either way, who's playing Charmers in 2020? Soon to be 2021.
I don't know. Anybody?
Okay. Aside from the reprints, damn it, they could have given us a better reprint for that spell. No, aside from the reprints, I don't see anybody taking Charmers to our locals or even Lysias anytime soon. And speaking of 2021, hope that we live to see it. Ice Barriers is going to get their structure there.
Fuckery is going
right?
to get a structure.
And I can bet a left nut that people are just going to want it for the reprints.
Only if them have Trishla in there. Trishla would be the prize card.
Which one?
Trishula.
I doubt it. I mean, I'd prefer Gongir over Trishula.
Yeah, that's you, but I'm saying like dinosaur, specifically dinosaur dudes. They might go on.
Yeah, why do you not have Trishula in your extra deck?
I think I do. On my online deck.
I mean, it's incredibly easy for you to summon it.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I have one. I'm not sure if I have one.
Anyways, again, Ice Warriors, aside from the reprints and the amazing assortment of extra deck cards that will be in the deck, I don't think anybody's going to play Ice Warriors unless Konami gives them some damn amazing monsters, right? That literally just makes it easier to play the deck. Nobody's going to play it. Trust me.
I mean, yeah, I could tell you that. I could tell you that before I could tell you that before they even announced that they're gonna do an Ice Barriers deck. It was like, oh, you're gonna be like Ice Barriers.
Dude, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgia at its best.
It's fuckery.
I agree. Real Ice Warriors have a history, a long-term history. And I mean, the least they can do is just make it better. They did it for flipping. What's that plastic deck name? Gusto's. No, not Gusto's. That Dragon deck.
Dragonitis.
Yes, Dragonitis. Thank you. They did it for them. And Dragonitis is a damn good deck. It's even meta equivalent, if anybody would like to call it meta. I mean, yeah.
Well, not Dragonitis specifically, but Dragon Links, which is a combination of Dragonitis, Rockets, and a whole bunch of other fuck.
Yeah, they still lose Romulus. Don't worry yourself.
They're very
When you
popular. They're
guys
very
lose
popular.
Romulus, any Divinity player out there, when you lose Romulus, blame Dragon Link.
The deck is
It's like
powerful.
getting a girlfriend for the first time, and then your best friend just come out of nowhere and just, yoink, this is mine now.
Fucking around. We're stealing that shit. Anyways, we have hit the 45-minute mark. So this is where we are going to end it for today. And hopefully we can get our shit together for next week. Well, this week. Whichever comes first.
Hopefully the weather doesn't screw us over again.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Well, anyways, I've been your host. Chaz, the host with the most, and my co-host.
You bell. Hashtag